Omega Squad are exploring their new ship while in orbit around the planet Amodius. The USNG Hound-class mobile barracks is a microcarrier optimized for long-term off-planet life for a small crew. The rocket-shaped center fuselage is covered in smooth silver armor plating and is propelled by twin thrusters jutting out on either side of a large tailwing. Inside the vessel, Omega Squad's greenest soldiers enter the common area.
Whoa. What do you think these strange markings on the door mean?
That's my name, buddy.
Ople places his palm on a thermal wall pad, and in the course of a moment, the door evaporates into orange light.
I find that the simplest applications of technomancy are often the most impressive.
Hella form about it, because nobody here cares.
Baby passes a few more doors around the perimeter of the common area, before finding one marked with the letters they recognize.
Squadmate Ashley K. Baby. Wow. The regalia.
Baby enters the small room and places their equipment and messenger bag on the floor. Sitting on an unruffled cot, they gently remove the Farmers Guild cowl from their head, turning it over slowly so that it sits upside down in their lap.
Come on out, Maybelline.
The little gray scarf-shaped creature yawns as she pokes her nose from Baby's overturned headwear. Omega Squad's new ship breaks orbit with Amodius and makes its way to its designated hyperspace jump location. The light from the surrounding stars shimmer as space distorts around the mobile barracks and bends in front of it before the ship sharply warps out of view, returning the space to its normal state. Inside, Squadmate Baby dashes back into the common room.
Guys, my room is perfect. I have a viewport right over the bed. I can just lay down and watch the stars.
Ople climbs up from a hatch in the floor.
Yeah, and the engineering systems on this girl are fascinating.
Celtic enters from the kitchen with a corn dog.
This place fucking blows, guys.
Great, Celtic's already shitting on our new ship.
Okay, I agree. I love it. I love this ship, and I don't want to bring in any more negativity. But can we talk about the name?
Yeah, the name sucks dicks.
What's wrong with Escromentus? He was a prominent GDAS commander in the Great War.
He was also into crypto mining, Ople. We know it was an acceptable practice at the time, but we can't validate it by continuing to honor him like it never happened.
I understand that, but I don't think we should just shit on his name.
His name's already got shit in it.
Omega Squad, report to the briefing room in 5.
Ople, Celtic, and Baby enter the briefing room, where Vic and Armada are already standing behind a holographic display table. The room is small, with the entire exterior wall being a window to space, creating a sense of nearly falling out of the ship. It is dimly lit, for a better definition of the table's projection.
Thank you, squad mates. Let's get right to it. First, you may have noticed that we're a gun short right now. That's because our squad mate filling in our 6th position is leaving straight from their previous assignment. We'll be linking up with squad mate Longhorn at our destination. That said, our mission today is the recently settled planet Roina. The Gaznians have invaded it in order to establish the first outpost in human space. The USNG is yet to lose a system to these bastards, and we're gonna keep it that way. Lieutenant, the situation.
Gaznian forces have laid siege to the only town on the planet. The defense battalion we have stationed there held off the first wave, but have now been cornered by a Gaznian fortified carrier in orbit around the planet that will soon be sending another, more powerful attack. The Arcadian 102nd suffered heavy casualties and won't survive the next assault.
Our mission is to use our small ship to slip past their naval patrols and link up with the battalion. Then we'll take command and act as a brick wall for their forces to break against, as our navy gets in behind that carrier to take it out.
Our primary defense point will be an array of anti-air batteries that are keeping the Gaznian dropships from reaching the town.
Also, our secondary objective is to deny Gaznian retreat. Intel suggests the carrier is likely commanded by Admiral Ostrakhan. This Gaznian leader has been highly aggressive in his attempts to penetrate human space. Crippling his forces will be a high priority. Unfortunately, this is no softball for your first mission. Stay close to Armada and me, do exactly as we say, and expect heavy resistance. We'll be entering the Roanoke system in 10 hours.
Vic exits the room without another word. The door drops behind him.
Hey, Lieutenant. Lieutenant Armada. Sir, can I ask you something? Between you and me, are Celtic and Ople gonna die? It's just that they were never really good at fighting, and their communication skills, you've seen them.
It's always a possibility. You've all been training for this for 3 years. Just make sure to do exactly as we say and that you watch each other's backs. Your friends should be okay.
Also, I think I'm starting to feel kind of weird about all this. Like, I've never killed a Gaznian before. I've never killed anything.
Celtic takes a break from admiring his reflection in the chrome ceiling.
Gazians, Barrisums, Ople. They all scream the same when you shoot them.
Are we dismissed? He didn't say we were dismissed.
The mobile barracks exits hyperspace, with the planet Rowana taking up the front viewport. Its atmosphere is bright orange with dashes of green. As the ship descends towards the surface, Ople looks out a side viewport to see a circular red ship in the distance. It's too far to make out any details. The ship lands on the surface. Before its personnel hatch opens, in fact, Vic sets his boot in the rust-colored dirt. The orange sky is spotted with massive terraforming nodes that are pulsating bright green energy. Ople, Celtic, and Baby step out of the ship in their new highly advanced GDAS combat armor. Ople is in tan medium-weight armor with red accents. Celtic's armor is heavy and gray, with brown accents, while Baby is dressed in lightweight armor, boasting bright cyan and pink plating. Vic, in his blue heavy gear, and Armada, in her white and black medium armor, are behind them. GDAS armor is manufactured to be the highest quality and most resilient of all USNG ground forces. En route to the USNG command post, Omega Squad passes a lone farmer, just on the outskirts of the lone and humble Rowan town. She is unenthusiastically spreading fertilizer to a meager-looking crop.
Greetings, Rowan Farmer. We're with the GDAS here to help your planet. How are things getting along out here?
Not great. With the terraforming process beginning so recently here, the soil isn't really ready for human crops. We've requested gifted agricultural support from the USNG, but so far, you soldiers are the first people I've seen from off-planet.
Well, golly, that's no way to start a planet. I know the USNG can be a little slow about things like that. Hey, you ever hear of the Umfarian Farmers Guild?
Baby, keep it moving. We can't waste any time in meeting with the defense battalion.
Oh, but she just needs a
Now, squad mate.
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry, farmer, ma'am, and, good luck!
Baby frantically sprints after their squad to catch up.
Good luck to you, soldier.
Omega Squad approaches the battalion's command post. The USNG defense troops are equipped with standard-issue rifles and white-plated light armor with a dark green undersuit. Laser burns and broken machinery are scattered across the ground. Omega Squad approaches the battalion's command post. Medical tents housing the wounded are stationed to their left, while some troopers are organizing the dead onto carts to their right. They reach the command post, set up in a heavily damaged metal bunker, and are approached by an officer.
Commander Smith? Captain Miller, Arcadian 102nd. I think it goes without saying, but I sure am glad your squad is here. Some of my troops were beginning to think this rock was going to be the end of us, I tell you.
Glad to be of help, Captain. Do you have any reconnaissance on the Gaznians' next move?
We just got word they're moving in an armor-mounted anti-structure ray, obviously for the AA guns there. It's supported by a large infantry strike force and a deployment of heavy exos.
Understood. What armor do we have?
2 autocannon lights and 1 Buck 60 still in operation.
Good. We'll station ourselves closer to the AA guns. Use the lights to funnel their exos straight towards us. Make them think they've got a straight shot to the guns. We'll be there to meet them. We'll position the 160 to take out their red cannon once they get confident enough to move it in range. You and your troops will focus on the infantry from your current positions.
Sounds good to me, sir.
Captain Miller salutes and steps back into the bunker to relay the orders to his battalion.
Okay, Armada and I will engage the exos directly. Ople, Celtic, you two will support us from the second position. Baby, find a spot high and near the AAs. Snipe any infantry that makes it past the troopers. Want to be impressed, squad mate.
Oh, you will be, Commander.
All right, squad, positions.
Omega Squad deploys itself as instructed. Baby settles into a comfortable position overlooking the ridgeline. Ople and Celtic ready their weapons behind some rocks beneath Baby's position. Vic and Armada make their way to the end of the ridgeline.
Have you heard from Longhorn yet?
No. He should have been here before we landed.
Are you surprised?
I'm disappointed. He's gonna need to grow out of his reputation if he's gonna be on my squad. I was counting on him today.
Me too. I'd be much more comfortable with him shoring up the rookie's position. But I'm not too worried about him. Once he's met with that scowl you've had on since we reported to you yesterday, I'm sure he'll be just as terrified of you as the rookies are.
You think they're ready?
They're strong individuals, but honestly, their communication is a nightmare. They'll take a few hits today. That should bring them closer together.
Back at Ople and Celtic's position.
I hope you get fucking shot, Ople.
I suspected that. But if you let me get shot, that's gonna be one less gun on your side, and your already pathetic chances of survival will plummet even further.
Ople, you don't think I can keep up with the win streak that I started in the combat drills at school? Was 1-0, baby.
You had the lowest scores of any graduating student at the academy.
Well, I always had to take hits for you while you were standing out like a sitting duck. Totally joking.
Hey guys, can I just point out that I really did help our performance?
Oh, don't be vain, baby. No one wants to hear you kiss your own ass.
Oh, okay, sorry, Celtic.
Back at the battalion's defensive line, Captain Miller directs the 2 light assault crafts into position behind his battalion's entrenchment. The USNG uses a modular hovercraft platform as their main combat vehicle. There are 3 basic chassis, a light, medium, and heavy, that allow for highly specialized armaments. Though many are standard issue, such as the 2 lights this battalion is using, each being armed with 2 anti-infantry autocannons. Once satisfied with their placement, Miller hops back down into the trench to join his troopers. He readies his rifle and looks up to connect with the exhausted, dirty faces of the battle-worn battalion, all bracing for the next wave of hell.
I know we're fucked up and tired, but this one's gonna be different. Have any of you worked with a gifted squad before?
Most of the troopers shake their heads.
Whew! I have once. As a corporal defending this moon from Drogman rebels. I don't remember the name. My position got hit pretty hard, and it was down to just me and a handful of others. We were low on munitions and pretty much ready to die, when suddenly we were surrounded by lightning and wind and lasers, and those rebels, they flew in every direction, and by the time we could lift our heads up, they had already cleared the area and moved on.
A few faces lift and nod along.
My cousin Carl. Their magic is real and powerful. They're gonna make a difference, just like they always do. We just need to do our job so they can wipe out these alien sons of bitches and we can finally go home.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, Captain. Gaznians are on the move and they're closing in quick, I tell you.
Understood.
Miller makes a signal to the troopers, instructing them to step up to the line and ready their weapons. Miller watches a rock line across a narrow basin where the Gaznians had been coming around earlier in the battle. Miller notices movement in the corner of his eye and looks up to see a Gaznian Exo, a 12-foot-tall combat suit with mechanical limbs, armed with twin laser sword gauntlets and a heavy blaster cannon on its shoulder. It had stepped over the rock line and aimed its cannon at their trench.
Oh, you gotta drop!
The Exo fires, sending 3 troopers vertically into the air, and knocking a few more off their feet. Gaznian infantry fire begins to strike the trench wall as the empty foot soldiers begin to storm the basin. A number of troopers return to the line and open fire, picking off a few of the Gaznians before the Exo on the rock line takes another shot. This time missing the trench, but kicking up a massive wave of dirt onto the heads of the line-holding riflemen. Captain Miller directs 2 heavy troopers with rocket launchers into position, where they both fire at the distant Exo. The Exo pilot sees the incoming rockets and jumps right over them as they detonate against the rocks. It lands in the basin, accidentally crushing one of its own soldiers. The rocket troopers move up to aim at the Exo for a second shot, but are stopped by Miller.
No, keep your sights on the rock line in case they reposition another one there. Any Exos that make it past there are for the GDAS.
Miller looks up to see that the Gaznian soldiers have already reached their line and engaged in close combat with his troopers.
They're all zipping around, huh?
He signals them to fall back, and as they do, the light assault crafts move up and set aim at the Gaznian infantry. Every Gaznian in the trench is mercilessly mowed down. Miller is paused at the flowering mist of green blood showering the rocks in front of him.
Oh, Captain! Exos are rushing the basin, just like my Uncle Joe on Prime's giving to the dessert table.
An Exo rushes through the trench, killing a trooper and knocking Miller to the ground before leaping onto one of the assault craft. It ignites one of its laser swords, cuts through one of the craft's cannons. Before it can swing at the second gun, the other assault craft fires on it, damaging it and sending it running past it. Miller gets back to a knee, disoriented.
Remember, open a line for the Exos and don't engage them. They're about to run into our best.
over at Vic and Armada's position at the edge of the ridgeline.
Okay, here they come. Get set. What is it?
I just haven't crushed Exos in months. Oh, this is going to be great.
4 Exos jump over some rocks and into the squad's line of sight. Armada's eyes glow a deep purple as she summons a translucent wall in front of the Exos as they fire their blasters. The bolts splash against the wall, shattering it. Armada then reaches out with her magic and collects the vibrations of the explosions, quickly muting them and converting them into hard energy purple glowing spikes, which she shoots back at the Exos. The spikes hit each of the Exos' cannons, destroying them, while Vic jumps and drives an electric punch that hits like a lightning strike into one's arm, destroying the outer shell and killing the pilot inside. The Exo next to Vic swings its blade, but it's blocked by a pillar shot up from the ground by Armada. Vic takes the opportunity to step up onto a rock and fight a current up into the air before striking back down on the Exo's head. Vic's electric current rips it apart, leaving it headless and stumbling to the ground. He turns and throws a charged grenade to the Exo to his right. It statically sticks to its torso and detonates, damaging the armor and overloading its systems. Vic grabs his rifle off his back and turns to take aim at the first Exo, as Armada collects the sounds of Vic's thunderous impacts and conforms them into 2 massive spikes, which she impales it with.
Glad to see you haven't lost a step, Lieutenant.
Oh, trust me, Vic. I'm the last person you need to worry about out here.
6 more Exos swiftly approach them, before Armada raises another shield for the planet's vibration. 4 of the Exos fire at it as before. However, 2 of them leap over Vic and Armada and take off behind them.
Vic, the rookies!
Let him deal with it, Armada. I need you here.
Sir. Ople, Celtic. 2 Exos made it past us and are headed for your position. Get ready.
Sir.
The Exos rapidly approach the squad mates. Ople steps out of cover and attempts to hack the systems of both mechs. His signal reaches them, but he's only able to slow them down. He struggles to take control and eventually loses his grip. They fully break away and take aim at him. Celtic rolls his eyes and confidently steps in front of Ople, increasing his own density. Fuck! He's knocked off his feet and sent flying 20 meters back, losing his helmet. Ople dives behind a rock for cover as the Exos pelt his previous position. Ople glances over to Celtic's motionless body across the rock as he readies his rifle for the now approaching mechs. As the Exos make their way around the rock, the 160 heavy craft moves into position and fires its heavy cannon, landing a direct hit on one of the Exos, obliterating its center chassis. Ople falls backward onto the ground from the explosion and watches in shock as the other Exo narrowly avoids the 162nd round. The Exo quickly returns fire, landing 2 direct blasts on the assault craft, damaging much of its outer armor. The craft attempts to readjust itself, but is struck by 2 more blasts, disabling it.
Ople! Hack the fucking thing!
Ople sees Celtic getting up to a knee and pointing at the Exo, which has turned its attention to the dense squad mate.
Shit! Holy shit! Ople, do your hacking shit! Fucking shit!
Ople snaps out of his shock and reaches out toward the Exo, successfully halting its cannon operation. Celtic gets up and charges at the Exo.
Ah!
He makes himself hyper-dense and crashes into its leg, breaking it and dropping the Exo to the ground.
Holy shit! Great job, Celtic! Finish it off!
Oh shit! I don't remember how!
What the hell do you mean? We had a whole class on these things!
Yeah, dipshit! I'm saying I don't remember that class!
Shit, okay, just hold on, I'll come in.
The Exo suddenly grabs Celtic, flings him over, and slams him into the ground. It attempts to fling him again, but Celtic densifies, pinning the Exo's arm to the ground, while Ople climbs up its back and plants a grenade into the gears within its neck, before jumping off.
Okay, that could have gone worse. In fact, I think we could actually end up being a pretty effective team, Celtic. You know, once you actually brush up on the shit you should already know. Don't worry, I'll schedule exactly 2 hours a day to tutor you and get you up to speed.
Oh, fuck off, Ople. No one should want lessons from you anyways. You totally fucking choked, dude. Fuck you. And I got knocked on my ass to protect you, just like school. This is why Baby and I don't trust you.
I did not. I saved you from the Met.
Ople, Celtic. The anti-structure tank's past us and is heading right towards you. Is the 160 ready?
The rookies both look at the smoking, disabled hover tank.
Shit, he's gonna be pissed when I tell him.
Ople, hold on. We don't have to take the L for this. You can just fix it, right?
Of course I can fix it, but I'll need to focus. And forgive me if I don't have full confidence in your ability to protect me.
Yeah, you're probably right. But it's not so much as a question of if I could, but if I would protect you from being obliterated.
Right, okay. Commander, the 150's been disabled. I can repair it, but we'll need your support.
Vic's feet land on the gravel as another exo falls behind him, sparking with overloaded turrets.
Copy, squad mate. Our position needs to be held. Additional support is not possible. Stand your ground and get that tank operational.
Commander, they need us.
If we give up this position, the Gaznians will have a much better chance of retreating and saving some of their assets. This is a part of the mission and we can't let that happen.
The Gosnians are going to find ways around us, and if we don't support those rookies, they're going to get killed. I know you're used to working with a veteran team, but we need to help them until they're up to speed. They're your squad mates, Vic.
Vic pauses. An exoblast hits the ground near enough to Ople to knock him off his feet.
God damn it, Celtic! Get your shit together!
Celtic is holding a leg down of an exo, keeping it in place.
I'm fucking on it, dude! Baby's just taking way too long to get here!
Baby warps over and up the back of the exo, planting another grenade in its neck.
Woo! Sorry about that, guys. I was just kind of appreciating how orange this planet is. I mean, what the heck is making this place so orange?
God, are you kidding me, baby?
Oh, it's always Ashley's fault.
Baby, you just gotta get in the right mindset, buddy. Here, just think of your old home back on... oh shit, no, I can't remember the name. Sorry, buddy.
Thanks for your help, baby. I'll get back to your perch.
Oh, but it was so boring up there. And I was barely helping anyone.
I thought you were nervous about this mission. Don't you want to be as far away as possible?
Oh, I was. But blowing up that exo back there got me real excited. I'm oozing recklessness. I hope they have 1 million more.
I can see that, but we need that angle covered.
Another exo lands behind Celtic and smacks him away, sending him straight into the side of a boulder, where he indents into it and gets stuck.
Oh no! Celtic! Oh, you big metal supermodel with your beautifully cut figure. I know I shouldn't compare myself to you and hold myself to those body standards, but...
Baby warps around and up the exo's back, but it grabs them and flings them off.
Ah!
The exo then turns to Ople, who tries to hack it but can't stop the cannon charging. Vic lands on top of the exo, crushing its head and sending it to the ground.
Gazian tank is almost here. Get that cannon fixed, squad mate.
Another exo approaches Vic, but Armada trips it with a sound construct before raising Celtic up on a pillar.
Celtic!
Celtic densifies and cannonballs off the pillar, smashing the exo. Vic, Baby, Armada, and Celtic continue to battle the Gaznian mechs, while Ople focuses on the heavy cannon. Stray blasts proceed to land all around him, as he moves the scattered gears and cables back into place, wherever the blasters had melted the systems completely. He's able to get the cannon to move a quarter turn, but it jams. The gravel on the ground begins to roll. The massive Gosnian anti-structure tank hovers in. Ople feels as though he's fixed the cannon rotation, but sparks fly as he loses his grip.